you know Deepavali is also known as Diwali, but what does that mean?
Hey everyone, Mimi Cat. Don't you worry, today's story will tell us how the name Diwali came about. So read on to uncover the meaning behind Diwali and how it came about. Amma, tell me about Diwali. By Bhakti Mother. It was as if the stars themselves came down to earth that night. The entire city was lit up with thousands and thousands of lights. It was Diwali, the festival of lights that Klaka had celebrated today. Oh, how much fun it all had been! A most wonderful, beautiful day. He had woken up full of excitement and worn new clothes with joy. Amma and Daddy had spoiled Klaka so, giving many gifts to their little boy. Family and friends streamed in through the day. The house rang out with laughter and loud cheers. In the evening, the children lit up the house with rows of small earthen oil lamps called diyas. Then, together, they offered their prayers for good fortune, prosperity, and health to Ganesha, the god of new beginnings, and to Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth. Ganesha has an elephant's head, and at his feet his pet mouse rests. He brings good luck, clears obstacles, and is worshipped before any quest. Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth, sits on a big lotus flower. She has 4 hands to bless us with and bestow fortune and power. Then, it was time for firecrackers, sparklers making circles of light, wheels spinning wildly, rockets flying high, brightly burning flares. Oh, what a sight! Finally, it was time to sleep, but Klaka still chatted happily. Climbing into bed, he said, "Amma, tell me about Diwali." "Diwali takes its name from diyas," said Amma, "just like the ones that you lit tonight. It falls in autumn every year on Amavasya, the new moon day and the month's darkest night. Diwali is also very special as it marks, for many Indians, the start of the new year, a time to look ahead to new beginnings and pray for fortune and good cheer." "But why is Diwali named after diyas?" asked Klaka, ever as curious as he can be. "To answer that," said Amma, with a smile, "I have to tell you Prince Rama's story. Rama was the prince of Ayodhya, son of King Dasratha the Great. He was brave and kind and loved by all, next in line to be king of the state. But Kaikeyi, Rama's wicked stepmother, wanted her own son to be king instead. She threw a big tantrum and demanded that Rama be banished for 14 years ahead. Poor King Dasratha was helpless, for while he was sworn to do Kaikeyi's bidding, how could he banish his beloved son Rama for 14 years to a forest most forbidding? But noble Rama knew what he had to do. He consoled Dasratha, thus while wiping his tears. "To uphold a promise made by my great father, gladly will I go to the forest for 14 years." Taking off his crown, Rama left the kingdom at once, with wife Sita and brother Lakshmana by his side. A sad Ayodhya bid farewell to its crown prince. and yet Rama's sacrifice filled the citizens with pride. The princes soon made the forest their home and settled down happily in their new life. To Ravana, the 10-headed demon king of Lanka, hearing of Sita's beauty, decided to make her his wife. Evil Ravana kidnapped Sita from their home. One day, while Rama and Lakshmana were away, shocked to find Sita gone upon their return, the princes looked everywhere in utter dismay. Their search brought them to Kishkinda, where they met the mighty Hanuman. Saddened to hear of Sita's kidnapping, he promised the help of his monkey clan. And thus, an army of mighty monkey warriors was raised in support of Rama's quest. Onwards, they marched to Lanka unafraid. Till Sita was rescued, they swore not to rest. On reaching Lanka, they faced the demon army and fought a most fearsome war. People say that such a great battle had never been fought before. Finally, Rama and Ravana came face to face. In a fight that was fierce and heated, Rama emerged victorious in the end. Evil Ravana and his army were defeated. Sita was released and reunited with Rama. The loving couple were together at last. It was also the end of 14 years, and the term of Rama's banishment had passed. Carrying the three on his mighty shoulders, Hanuman flew to Ayodhya that very night. As they neared the city, they were guided by thousands of diyas giving off a golden light. So you see, the people of Ayodhya had not forgotten that the 14 years of Rama's exile had passed. And so they had lit up diyas across the entire city to welcome their Rama to Ayodhya at last. Since then, on Diwali, we remember Rama's homecoming by lighting diyas. Celebrate the victory of good over evil and Rama becoming the king of Ayodhya. What a wonderful story, Amma, said Klaka. I will surely light many more diyas next year. Lighting more diyas alone will not do, said Amma, as you will learn from the next story, my dear. Goddess Lakshmi comes to earth on this day of Diwali every year to bless Rama's true followers with fortune, prosperity, and cheer. Now, Lakshmi's blessings can bring untold riches, so people got greedy. Money was all they cared to attract the goddess to their house first. They used bright lights to make it stand out. The lady invited her in to relax. The goddess found her very kind. Lakshmi said, "May I ask you a question? Something has been on my mind. While the whole city is glowing with lamps to entice me to their homes tonight, how come your little cottage only has that one small light?" The lady said, "Oh, I'm a poor seamstress and I only have this one light. I was busy finishing my work and did not realize it is Diwali night." Hearing this, Lakshmi blessed her, for she had met a true devotee who did not think of pleasing the gods and instead went and did her duty. So Klaka, true happiness comes to those who are dedicated to their work. Just praying and lighting diyas alone will not bring you fortune and luck. So always work hard. Give your best to do what you do. Honesty and dedication are the only diyas that will guide Lakshmi to you.
Wow, what an interesting story. I have learned so much from this story about Deepavali.
Yes, that's right, Mimi Cat. Well, that's all we have for today, kids. I hope you had fun with us and learned a thing or two about Deepavali traditions. Here's us wishing you a happy Diwali to you and your family. Goodbye, and we will see you soon.